You would please come forward, and your name tags will indicate the order in which you're to speak. If you would raise your right hand. Do you affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. I do. Please be seated. If we could go in order, perhaps we'll begin with Judge Kronstadt, if you have an opening statement.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Senator Blumenthal and Senator Grassley, for seeing me today. I'm honored to be here. I also wish to thank President Obama for placing my name before the Senate, and wish to thank Senator Feinstein for speaking on my behalf today with her very generous remarks. If I may, I have some family and friends present whom I'd like to introduce.
And I should just interrupt you to say, if any of your families would like to move to the chairs that have now been open, you should feel welcome to do so, or you can stay where you are, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, thank you. With me today is my wife, Judge Helen Bendix of the Los Angeles County Superior Court, who was mentioned earlier by Senator Feinstein. I can assure you that without Judge Bendix, my wife, I would not be here today. We were college mates, we were law school classmates, and we've been life mates for more than 36 years. I think that says it all. Would definitely not be here without her support. Also present, and we're very proud of each of our children. All three of our children have traveled to Washington today from various points in the United States, and we're pleased and thrilled they're all here. Our daughter Jessica, a lawyer in Los Angeles. Our son Eric, who's a graduate student in California. And our daughter Nicola, who's an undergraduate student here on the East Coast. All have made the trip. And again, I thank you all for coming. I'm honored, and you've made our lives far richer. Also here are some other family members. My cousins, Nancy Kronstadt, Denise Kronstadt. Denise has traveled from New York, and Nancy lives here in Washington. I'm grateful for their being here as they're reminders of the wonderful generation before ours who guided us through our lives. Also present are some good friends, Mike Klein, Joan Fabry. I'm grateful for their support today. Jeffrey Kaplan, a law school classmate of my wife's and mine, is also here. I'm grateful for that. My Allison Teeter is present, and her husband Glenn. Allison is a close family member. Grateful for her traveling several hours today from West Virginia to be here. There are also some who are not here, who couldn't be here. My sisters are not here. I wish they had been here, but they're not able to be here today. My aunts were both the links to my parents. My father's sister, my mother's sister are here in my mind, and maybe watching on the webcast. I hope so. I'm grateful for them and their support. And I'm also reminded, based on some earlier comments of some others, obviously, who are my parents, neither of whom is alive today, but obviously without them I would not be here. Each was the child of immigrants. Each was the first person in his or her family to go to college, and each contributed to the life that I've led. My mother, who died more than a half century ago, adhered to the view that whatever you start, finish in style. And it's an adage that I've tried to follow and that I've tried to pass on to our children. My father, who raised the three of us as a single parent for much of our lives, or growing up lives, was a very accomplished and a terrific professional and a wonderful father. So I think of them too, because without them, I certainly would not be here today. So I'm very grateful, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Bersetti.
Oh, excuse me, I overlooked someone. My daughter Jessica's friend Will Turner also traveled from afar to be here. I apologize.
Thank you. Mr. Pressetti.
Sorry, Mr.